guys. This is
nice of you, though.
That's really nice of you guys. We appreciate
You post that stuff on
That's
Instagram.
great.
You do a fundraiser
People
around.
wouldn't do it. People, if they knew it was going to go to the open, they
That's a
wouldn't.
good point.
it. I got it.
Do you do all you guys sing?
Got it?
I got it.
Cool.
You did before.
I
Awesome.
did last year.
Yeah, I did. Me and him
You
did
have to go
last
once.
year.
Oh, it's like when you first get on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got
Just
it.
roll on Facebook?
Yeah, we're on
All right, no
Facebook.
problem.
Yeah, and
a couple seniors.
Can you guys, since we're live on Instagram through Joe, can you just announce to
And it's always on the
Instagram
way back.
that we are going to only go live on Facebook tonight? So go to flglacrosse.com. I'll include the link right
Do you
now.
want to have Joe do it?
McDonough's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
It's fun after a win, though. So.
Yeah, everything's better after a win, right?
And everyone takes the bus back, which is good.
Now, you guys only lost that one game to Shamana, then that was your only loss of the year, right?
Yeah.
Corey, you want to get that mic at this one else's hands?
Yeah. All right, cool. We're good. Thanks, Joe. All right. I'll give that to you, Bren.
No, it doesn't work over time. You work just a little bit. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, so what's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good.
Good, man. Good. Thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the big championship. So before we start the show tonight, we have to make a couple announcements. The first announcement to make is if we're still live on Instagram, you got to go over to Facebook. So that's going to be the spot to find us tonight. We're on the FLG Lacrosse Facebook page. You can go right to Facebook, just type FLG space Lacrosse, and then you'll get to see the Friars hanging out tonight in the BYG studios. So it's a good day. We got Michaela and Alexa on comments tonight. We got Coach Wink behind the mic. We got Cliff manning the show as always. And is the PTZ rolling today too, Cliff?
No, I was going to get that in a second.
Okay, no problem. We're going to have a sky cam on you guys tonight too. So
Nice.
yeah, we're hoping one of our goals next year, we were talking a little bit earlier in the other show, we want to start streaming some games, but do it big. We want to do kind of like college game day, but for high school lacrosse. Get some rivalry games and get like some pretty cool cameras, get different angles. We thought that would be kind of cool to do to high school lacrosse. But
Yeah, the game we just saw that they won the championship would have been the perfect game to do like high school game day.
yeah, that was. I mean,
Right.
have you ever seen the stands that packed? Have you guys seen a crowd like that? And just make sure you hold that nice and close to you.
It got pretty close last year in the Shamrock game. Our home field. We got a lot of people there.
Gotcha.
I think it helped though because we played.
Just
later.
make sure you grab that mic when you talk. I'm sorry. I'm going to annoy you till we. There you go.
I think it helped though because we played later. So like I think the game was at 6.
Yeah.
It was at 6.
Yeah.
So it like had more time for people to get there, and
Yeah.
it's a lot better too playing like right after school. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but I'd rather play at 6. Like,
Yeah.
lights go on, it's way cooler.
I feel like sometimes when you start the game a little too early, it feels like you're kind of like rushing into it.
Yeah.
It's nice to, that pregame preparation. It's cool. It's cool to think about. It also gives time for, like you said, like fans to show up. Because I was talking to so many people that like they were cutting their PAL and their youth practices so they could shoot over the game.
Yeah.
And like I love that because it was just like lacrosse fans, kids. The stands were packed, and also on the opposite side, the fence was like you couldn't get a view. So I thought that was kind of neat. So for those of the people that are watching tonight, are probably people, you got some friends and family, you might have some kids from school, just younger kids that play lacrosse that look up to you guys. So maybe let's start with Greg. I want you to grab the mic and make sure you guys hold it tonight. Hold it nice and close. Just give us like your first and last name, obviously, what your jersey number is. Talk about what your hometown, where you're from, and then mention where you're going.
All right. I'm Greg Campisi. I'm from Farmingdale, but I'm clearly a Friar. And play LSM, and I'm going to be going to Harvard next year.
What's your jersey number?
21.
Does your jacket say something else?
37.
Okay.
Is from,
Gotcha. You changed numbers or
I changed number. This is my sophomore year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you keep ground balls? Do they keep ground ball stats?
Sometimes, but it's not that.
Dude, how many ground balls against Shamana? You had to have 15 ground balls.
At least.
I have no idea.
It's unbelievable. And when he picks them up, like he's an offensive player with the ball.
You're like a cannonball. You're like a shot out of a cannon and you pick up a ball.
He joined our shooting lines later in the season.
He should.
He did.
I did start joining
His
shooting.
question
lines.
mark was just
Nice question mark.
That's
How many? Do you have any points on the season?
yes.
Yeah.
He had a nice one to make.
Yeah, a nice one to you against Darian.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how many. I think I had something like 3 or 4 goals. I think I had like 5 or more assists.
3 and
Yeah.
6, just so you know.
3 3-6.
Yeah, it's you.
There we go.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, especially I'm sure you guys tuned into some of the college games. I was talking to Brennan about that earlier. Like, just watching the college games over the weekend, it's like polls are getting involved in transition. You know, so the best teams which were playing over this past weekend, like it's like you're clearing, you're not getting off right away. Like you're staying there, you're at least getting involved for the first 20 seconds of the shot clock, and then you're subbing off. So that's gonna be. Are you excited now that you're not in high school anymore?
Yeah,
it's pretty
I know,
crazy.
I know, it is nuts.
How does that feel?
It's nuts. I didn't think it would actually come. I mean, it's definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to next year. That'll definitely be a lot of fun. Gonna miss my last 4 years though, without a doubt. Some absolutely great memories and finishing a high note. So it's gonna make it all just a great memory. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a ton of fun, especially the way the game's changing and how pole will be becoming a bigger part of the offense. It's fun, you know. Get to shoot around a little bit.
I want to know who put a pole in your hand? Like when? Yeah, when did you start playing like defense?
I started playing defense back in really, I think the story is that so I was playing PAL and we didn't have enough guys to play, and we had enough middies, but we didn't have enough defensemen. So I was just like, all right, sure, I'll play defense this game. Did okay, and just stuck around with it ever since.
Gotcha.
So
Do you remember how old, what grade you were in? You were playing like youth ball. It's probably like 5th, 6th grade.
5th grade, I think.
Cool.
Around there.
He's a pretty good football player too, by the way.
Yeah, I heard you're okay. You're not. Are you playing 2 sports or 1 in college? You're just playing lacrosse at Harvard.
Right now, 1.
Gotcha.
See how it goes. Though.
Okay. All right, cool. Danenza, give us an intro, my man, and make sure you hold that nice and close.
My name is Aidan Danenza. I wear number 23 for St. Anthony's, and I live in Oyster Bay. I grew up playing lacrosse there, PAL. Played a lot with my brother and with FLG a couple times. And I'm committed to Duke. I committed November, late September.
If you didn't go to St. Anthony's, what high school system would you have been in Oyster Bay? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Coach Soapy would have loved to have you. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know Coach Soap?
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
You know how many Oyster Bay great lacrosse players don't play at Oyster Bay? A lot.
I know.
Yeah, everyone tends to leave.
It would have been awesome, though, if all the kids stayed. They would have won the D championship like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, the Reynolds were.
The Reynolds triplets.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The older, and then the Brewers.
Yeah.
You probably know
My
more than
brother and Lawrence Galizia.
Galitz.
Yeah, Glizzy was great. He was
Yeah.
a good ball.
Larry Galitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Cool. All right, Brennan, your turn, my man.
I'm Brennan O'Neill. Thank you. I play attack, number 34. I'm from Bayshore, Bright Waters. It's a little village in there. It's
Nice area, man.
yeah, it is. It's
Bayshore's a
nice.
great town.
Yeah, it is. We would be good if everybody stayed too. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have the same problem, but yeah, and I'm committed to Duke.
Yeah, it's we forgot to ask Danenza's number. You know his number? You want to give it?
23.
There you
He
go.
said it.
He's got. Oh, you did. I'm sorry, I didn't catch
I've
that.
been playing with him long enough.
Yeah, so you know him. Fair enough.
Throws the ball enough.
You contributed to Bayshore your 8th grade year. You played varsity. You had a
Yeah.
huge year. You had
It was
almost
fun.
100 points that year.
Yeah, it was a good experience. It
Yeah,
was fun. Yeah.
that's really cool. That there's a couple guys like you that they end up playing in 8th grade, contributing in their town, and then you decide for whatever reasons you guys you go to different schools and go different ways. But that happens a lot. But it's cool you got to get involved a little bit with the town.
Yeah, I'm still friends with all the guys and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You mean Coach Timmy Cox didn't try to put handcuffs around your legs and keep you in town?
Ball and
he
chain?
He tried, but
He's a good man.
yeah,
He's a really
great
solid
coach.
dude.
He's a great coach. Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a good year, man. Bayshore,
They just
or had a
They
good
just
year.
lost.
But yeah,
They
they made a nice run.
Suffolk A's
It's a
so
tough
hard.
conference. So we were talking a little bit earlier. For the first time, we're doing a top 5. We actually had just like a post put out that Michaela said, "Hey, send us your top clips." We got some good ones. A couple of them got lost in the shuffle, so we wanted to post our top 5 and actually share them. So if you don't mind, Cliff, the first video that we had on there, do you mind pulling that up for us? It's a little bit. It might be a little hard to find. It's the one. Is this the one of Shane Coleman? So Shane Coleman of Riverhead.
Do you know the highlight number? Is it highlight?
It might. What's the
5.
number?
Tell him. You can talk.
You can
5.
talk. What number is it? 5?
Yeah.
Highlight
Go over there.
Are you sure about that? So what's the first one you got there, Cliff?
first one?
Yeah. I'm not sure what you consider first.
Oh, I didn't rip the net. I didn't rip through the net. I ripped through the net.
Just make sure it's the one that's like right next to it. Like as if you're looking at the rabbit. Yep, right there, Cliff. You had your mouse over it. Perfect. There you go. So hard to see, but I think he. What does he do in that? Coach Wayne, can you see that? Because it's a little hard for us. It's really small.
You want to play that one more time?
Yeah. Can we play that one more time, Cliff? Sure. Thank you. I think he goes like. I might need your commentary here. It's a little small on our screen. That's all.
Yeah, Coach Cliff will play it now. Here we go. Looks like he's clearing the ball, and he's basically clearing it against the whole team. Who's he playing?
I don't know.
Who's that? Who is it?
Scott.
Don't whisper.
Just say who it is. Scott who?
What's his last name?
I don't know who Scott
I
is.
think that was Shane. Wasn't that Shane?
That was Scott's clear.
Scott Cappuccioni,
Oh,
the Italian guy. I thought he was the plain edge guy.
that's Scott.
Yeah.
He's a plain edge guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's roll the next clip since it was hard for us to see that one. Let's see if we have better luck here.
What's the next one, Corey?
The one that's right next to it, I guess.
Number 4, I guess. Would you number?
Number 2?
Why don't you just play any video? Who cares? We'll talk about it. Yeah, play this one. This is a good video.
Oh, that's Bonomi.
Is that Bonomi's goal?
That was Bonomi's.
Can we watch that one more time, Cliff?
Was that the tire?
That was the game
That was
winner.
the game
right
winner?
there. So who fed that to him there? Danny Parker. Okay.
Number 1 in your program.
Let's talk a little about your boys. So talk about Danny Parker. What did he mean to your team? Like, what did he do for you guys that was maybe like, obviously a positive thing? I know he's a really good athlete. He's a kid he's going to Virginia, right?
Yeah.
So what was his deal this year?
I mean, his stats don't show everything, but he's in between the lines. They're restraining about clearing everything, ground balls, defense sometimes, and he could beat his guy when he wanted to. We had a lot of scores this year. He didn't have to put up big numbers, but he meant a lot to us.
He seems like a pretty good athlete too, right?
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
He played a lot of defense, and you saw the game. He was on the wing a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Is he a multi-sport athlete? He's a football guy too?
Yeah, really good football player.
Cool. Yeah, Greg, sorry, go ahead.
What was he, a running back?
No, he was my best wideout this year.
Ooh.
He's a heck of an athlete. I mean, I can tell you that for sure. Playing football and lacrosse for the past 4 years, he's a dynamic player. He's been an energizer bunny for us in the lacrosse field, and it's on the best hands I've ever seen in the football field. So.
You throw a lot in football?
We throw a pretty good amount.
What do you run, the spread?
Yeah, spread, yeah.
They barely run.
You barely run the ball?
Love it.
We do run a little bit, but
that's a change because Richie used to be.
I know, all ground and pound.
Yeah.
But,
when did he change? A couple of years ago?
A couple of years ago, I think around 2013 about.
After Schreiber left.
Yeah, I think it was after Schreiber left. It was the year after they lost to Sham in the championship. They switched to the spread, and I think that was Gallons was playing then, I believe. And
I heard Richie's retiring. Is that true?
He is.
Wow.
This is his last year this year.
That's an icon in football on Long Island.
Absolutely.
You should put a trophy. They should put a statue of Rich Reichert outside of St. A's.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
He's meant so much to so many kids.
He's one of the best men I've ever met.
That's cool.
Being a absolute class human being, and just showing how to be a proper human being in the best way is probably the best way to describe him. That's
a huge compliment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great. And look what this school's producing.
Yeah, I mean,
these quality men.
Also, Bonomi, talk about him a little bit because that was some goal. I know he was kind of quiet throughout the game, but I mean, he kind of scored at the right time.
Yeah, Bonomi's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a really, really good shooter.
Yeah,
he's definitely able to get shots off. Sometimes you're just like, how? But like one time against McDonough, he had a one-handed wraparound, and you're just kind of like, whoa.
Like, where'd that come from?
Everyone screams at him, no.
He's like, no.
He's the no, yes guy.
Yeah.
One of those things, like, if it doesn't go, the coach is yelling at him.
He doesn't care what the score is either. He's doing it.
But he's helping us get the W quite a lot. So
that was a clutch goal. What other? Let's pull up. Let's throw another clip up there. Let's see what we got. Maybe something we haven't shown. Yeah, just throw anything up there. Doesn't matter.
Go with it.
Number 5? Okay. Let's put number 5.
This is like Let's Make a Deal. Behind this curtain.
I could be wrong though.
Yeah, that looks like Plained's uniform. That is.
What's his? Isn't that Scott? Or?
Yeah, it's Scott.
Yeah, okay. So that's the diving goal. I like this because he dove into to spread the level. And yeah.
He didn't land in the crease?
No, he didn't land in the crease there. Yeah, so it's nice.
He's got some ups.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else we got. Let's show another clip that we haven't seen yet.
Behind this curtain. This one I can't see. Can you talk to me?
Just some movement. We might have to move to the next one.
I like the scoreboard. I love the scoreboard flashes. That must be a coach link video. I can't see because I'm in my glasses.
You have to get one of those cool graphics that you like.
This was an awesome one. This is the out of bounds. Rip through the net. Oh, that's the ripping the net.
See, I like this. That was you, right? You were like, I think there's a hole in the net. Here, just give me the mic.
I didn't rip through the net. I ripped through the net. Oh my God. I didn't rip the net. I didn't rip through the net. I ripped through the net. Oh my God.
Actually went to it first, and I was just so hyped up, so I put my hand through it. And
Would you punch through the hole?
Yeah.
I put my hands, opened it. So.
I want to hear, Brennan, did you know right away what had happened?
Yeah, I actually couldn't believe it. I didn't think it.
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it at first. I didn't think it went through the hole, and when I saw it going towards the end line, I'm like, did I miss that? I knew I scored that, so I kind of figured that it went through the hole, but I didn't process it right away.
Yeah,
it was crazy to think about.
I mean, you were pretty deep. That was probably like a 14, 13-yard shot.
Far, yeah.
That was really far.
I'm glad they defended me. I didn't
your boys, they always have your back, of course.
The rest might have not even called it.
Yeah.
These guys.
We were standing to the left. Corey and I were standing there, and I looked at him because he videoed this with his phone, and I go, that went through the net.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you ran and did one of these.
I love how that became like a team effort. It was a nice dish. It was a good pass, but a great individual play. But it ended up being a team play because you guys all just you made something of it. Because again, maybe the ref would have just been like, whoever picked up the ball first on the end line, let's continue playing.
The one before that, they went in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
Yes, the one he shot, he stuck it.
The one,
he might have loosened the netting.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, make sure you're holding that mic if you're talking.
Danenza, you gotta take the mic.
Well, one thing I want to ask too, you've obviously shot a million balls just practicing and getting better. Had you ever ripped a net on a pure nice cage that didn't have already holes on it?
No.
That was the first time you've ever done that. That's crazy. In
That's
that situation,
crazy. The way you shoot the rock?
Never.
But
really?
Also, from that distance in that situation, I don't know. In that game,
we were talking
that was pretty crazy.
And me and Aidan thought it was because right before that I hit the same exact spot.
Yeah, that's what.
Maybe I just loosened it a little bit.
He loosened it. That's great, Fred.
You gotta bring the mic closer, boys.
Sorry. Yeah, we gotta make sure we hear you. Yeah, take a lick. It's good flavor. All right.
I just want to say,
you guys want to get some ice cream after this? I could go.
There was a play. Give the mic to Danenza a second. There was a play that I looked at Corey and I said, Danenza's got the best IQ from the midfield. You hit Walsh with a goal where you dragged. Oh,
it was a pretty bad shot, but I got the rebound.
Yes.
And I saw a couple. I don't know who was over there, but there were three of our players on the far side. And I looked over there, and right as I did that, the whole defense shifted. And I saw Jack Walsh out of the corner of my eye, so I just lofted it over to him. And
he stung it.
Yeah, he had a nice step down shot. So
he stung.
You had a nice goal in the game too, where the net, I thought it was going to flip backwards. You were just coming straight downhill.
No one picked me up. I was expecting.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Angie McAdory was right on the backside, so I was waiting to wind up and then pass to him, but no one picked me up, so I just shot it.
Dude, you have so much ammunition on that freaking team.
You're loaded.
I mean, how many high school programs can have certain kids that are like a kid like McAdory, who's an absolute stud?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. And he doesn't really have to do anything, and you beat Chaminade.
Also, O'Neill, too. I mean, like, defense. You guys are great defensively. You guys are great in the middle of the field.
I got to give props to one kid.
Who's that?
Naso.
Naso,
dude,
yeah, he stepped up, man.
He picked it up in the second half.
Yeah.
Picked it up in the second half. He was battling by himself.
Yeah.
He was battling two studs by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, the kid's a trooper.
Those guys are good, man.
A trooper. I mean, especially playing with him all year and last year too. I mean, if there's a kid that's more dedicated to the art of the face-off and get-off, eat it. Yeah, no, it's like it has to be Naso because the kid just grinds all the time. When we're, even when you're in practice, he's off to the side on his own, just working at it for 1.5 hours, 2 straight hours the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's, and you just see it shows. He's one of the best face-off kids in the country, and he has a love for the game that's kind of just made him a tremendous player. And you saw it against Chaminade.
I was so impressed with that kid's game. So after the game, we were going to do like a String King game, but it wasn't. It was an MSG game. So we were hanging out, and it was just all the awards and the awards and the awards. So we were like, all right, we're out of here. So you 3 and Naso were going to be our 4 String King players of the game. We can't fit 4 on the set, or we'd have Naso here too. But I was so impressed with how. I mean, Sandoval and Ball are both excellent face-off kids, and he just grinded them. I give him so much credit.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Wasn't it impressive?
I think we might have one more clip. You can talk to Danenza while
yeah. Let's show Bren's. You want to show? Go ahead.
And we always mess with Jake about doing like nothing in practice. He's always on the side, just like acting like he's doing face-offs. He doesn't have to run or do any of the line drills or anything, but he does, and it showed for sure during that game.
It's funny. Some coaches, at least at the college level that we've spoken to, like they have their own like thought process on that. Like some coaches are so anti, like Fogo's going off in the corner doing their thing, and some coaches are like, I want our face-off guys involved in everything, but clearly it's working for him.
Chris Kaufman, he's a sophomore.
He's a stud too.
And like all practice, they just go at it one-on-one the whole time.
Yeah,
that's really helping Chris.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to show the clip of the night?
Yeah, this was our number 1 clip. Hopefully we can find that one there.
Yeah,
you good?
On it.
Cool. So, do we remember which goal that was exactly? We're in that game. Do you remember, Brennan? 13-13. So,
talk about that
Brennan,
play.
just talk about that play. Like, how was that spontaneous? Was it kind of scripted?
Credit to Coach Schreiber. We've been running that play for a while.
Yeah.
Been perfecting it, me and Jake, and he looked at me and he goes,
Yeah.
We did it, and he found me. He always throws it in the perfect spot once I roll. And as soon as I caught it, I knew I was just going to whip it because the defenseman was on my left side. So the only way I was going to get a shot off was either rolling back to my right hand or just whipping it behind the back.
Yeah.
So.
Entman comes out a lot. So, like, if you shot that over...
Just make sure to grab that mic, sorry.
You could say it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And Entman comes out a lot, and he cuts off the angle really well. So I was right behind him, and that was like the perfect shot for it.
Yeah, it's kind of nice too because when you go behind the back there, you kind of use your defenseman a little bit as a screen, get your stick to a higher, get a little bit better angle.
I think it caught Liam off guard too.
Yeah.
He had like 15 saves,
Yeah, I mean,
he was really good.
To think how much you two produced and how many goals your team scored. Like, he played great. You look at the score, and you're like, oh, that goalie must have gotten shelled. It's like, yeah, he got a lot of shots, but he also made, like, some big saves.
Yeah, first game we played, he had 16.
Just make sure you grab that, sorry.
He had 16 saves the first time we played. And we thought, like how is this going to happen again? But, like, we've never, like, played a goalie against this year that's that good. The closest one was probably McDonough, right? Yeah.
Talk about that McDonough game. You guys were mentioning on the pre-show taking a road trip down there. Was that the only time you guys, like, drove more than, let's say, an hour to go to a game? And talk about that experience.
McDonough was the only one where we slept over. And we stayed in a hotel room and hung out there. But we played Haverford, too. We went there, left early from school, and then drove up there and played. We won in overtime, but that was a crazy game.
Who had the game winner?
This guy.
Brennan.
Haverford game, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about the game winner against Haverford. We're gonna boast about Long Island beating everybody's. You know what?
We lucked out with a pipe in overtime, but
they hit a pipe.
They hit a pipe against you guys.
Well, Naso won the face-off, so we had first possession, and I forget what happened, but we lost the ball, and we were for sure. I was thinking, wow, this is over. But they hit a pipe. We got the ball. He made a sick clear, just sprinted through a check, and it was about to go into double OT, and I just caught the ball. And I did a split dodge and shot righty down the alley, and yeah, we won.
And that was Haverford. Did you play McDonough after that, or was it before them?
It was like a week later we played Haverford.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They play one of the toughest schedules.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I love it too. Do you guys love that?
Yeah.
Every game. I mean,
It makes it so much fun.
I agree. I agree.
I don't think I'd be where I'm at now if I wasn't playing a schedule like this. It gets all of us better.
Yeah,
I agree with you. It does. It really helps you game and takes you to when Greg goes next year to Harvard, he's going to step on the field, be ready to play.
Yeah. And playing the games that we did the whole year made us ready for that, like that big Chaminade game, that like our playoffs, and like beating McDonough. Like we were down to McDonough, I think by 2 or 3 in the late third, fourth, and Haverford we were going back and forth. And, like, all the tough games that we played, like, got us ready for that game right there, holding the ball at the end for the last minute, 45 seconds, whatever it was. Everything helped.
How about the Manhasset game? You have any questions?
Well, we have a couple minutes left. I just want to talk, more socially than anything for you guys. Like, now your season's over. Greg, you're going off to college. You guys have another year, which is pretty cool. I'm sure you guys are going to, do what you can to keep your stick sharp in the wintertime, and in the summertime, maybe play with your club teams and all that. But, do you guys go out and maybe, do you kind of like stay in the loop of what's going on with like the public school lacrosse? Will you catch games and maybe go, follow that stuff? Or is it more you guys just kind of now focus on yourselves and get into whatever you do in the summertime?
I've been to a lot of Cold Spring Harbor games this year, almost all of them actually. So.
Do you have buddies on the team?
Yeah.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Caden Hawkinson.
Number 42.
Number 42. Yeah, I've been to a lot of them, and we all go. A couple of kids from my team that like live in my town or near me. So.
Did you go to the Cold Spring Harbor prom too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
How was that?
It was fun.
Do you guys have a prom at St. Anthony's as well? How does that work?
Yeah, there's the junior prom was in like what was it, February?
Yeah, it was early.
March.
Yeah, it was early.
Okay.
But this guy's got a senior prom.
Yeah,
when is that?
Early June. June 3rd.
Do you know who you're taking yet?
I do. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Who's he going to be?
Shout her out.
All right. Yeah, Mary Carbone. Yeah.
Oh, I know Carbones. Is that Kev's sister?
Yeah, little sister.
Kev.
Awesome.
Binghamton goalie?
Binghamton goalie, yep.
Good family.
Oh, boy, I'm going to have to talk to my Binghamton boys about this.
Yeah.
I approve. I'll tell Mr. and Mrs. Carbone. It's all good. Where is your prom? Where is your senior prom?
It's at Crest Hollow, I believe.
Crest Hollow?
Oh, off of Jericho?
Yeah.
There you go. That's a nice spot.
Yeah.
And where do you go after that? Where's the after prom?
Out east.
Nice. Do the Hamptons?
Possibly.
He doesn't want to give the location in case the cops are watching.
Smart man. That's why he's going to Harvard. He's like, I'm not disclosing any information to this guy in the corner. Do any of the juniors ever go to the senior prom, or is that kind of like not really happen?
They do, but
Mostly
it's
like girls.
Make sure you grab that. Sorry.
You want it, bro?
Yeah, I want him to have it.
Yeah, I want Brandon to get the mic right now.
Girls usually, but guys, no. I know a sophomore last year who went.
Good for him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good for him.
Yeah.
How about are you going to be going to the Bayshore prom?
No.
No.
All
right.
Maybe the Cold Spring Harbor one.
I don't think juniors allow outside kids who don't go to the school.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I would try to get in if I could.
Those are all the kids you grew up with, right?
Yeah, those are all
I love them. I still talk to them all the time. Like people don't think so, but St. Anthony's guys miss their old friends. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. People forget that you never forget from where you come from. You went to a parochial school, right? Only the Chaminade guys take bubble baths, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I always kid all my Chaminade kids about that.
They literally have prom in the water.
Meanwhile, I had the game winner against Corey's alma mater, right? Jack Ty. A little shout out to number 18.
He's very good.
I know that bothers Corey, but
Nah, Yeah, Jack Ty's a good guy.
He's a great kid.
We'll let that slide. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we have for tonight. We appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Did you guys have fun?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You guys, you guys earned it. You had a great season. It was pretty cool to watch your championship game. That we talk about all the time. That was one of the best high school games we've ever seen. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure to play in, to watch. That game reminded me of like some of the games we saw on TV this past weekend. It was just like
100%.
so many high-level kids.
It was like the Yale UPenn game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like
same game.
Yeah.
that's it. Back and forth, scoring.
Except it didn't go to overtime.
Yeah, that would have made it one step crazier. But
Coach Weisrack had a nice timeout with like 50-something seconds. He did a good job.
yeah,
We had 2 timeouts during
Yeah.
that last.
He saved them.
Yeah.
It's
He
called
did.
experience, Danenza.
Yeah.
Coach Wiz got experience.
He does.
he does.
He's done that multiple times this year.
Yeah.
In Hassett, he called that
Oh.
timeout.
Oh, wow.
Winner.
That was a great game too. That goal you scored, I think was that you? Did you feed it to Brennan in 30 seconds left to tie it, or did it kind of like? You did. You gave him a little deflection.
Paz did like
Make sure you grab that mic.
So, Paz, our goalie, did an around the world at the 45, at the 40 yard, with 10 seconds left. I'm like 30 yards away, maybe more. It comes at me, like, it ends up bouncing right at my feet. I wasn't able to really, like, see it. I wasn't really able to handle it. Bounces to me. It bounces up in the air, and their defenseman is right there. I'm just like, oh, no. Like, it's over. He completely whiffs, ends up right in Brennan's stick, shoots, and scores. And they're just like...
And then you get the ball back.
And we get the
after
ball,
face-off.
and we get the ball back, call timeout.
I like how you guys don't let it go to overtime. You're just like, hey, we're just gonna end it right away.
Yeah.
It happened like several times. Yeah.
You were confident in McAdory?
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah, he's fast. Is he a football kid?
No,
He's not.
He's just a
He'd be a good one.
Yeah, he would be a good football
Good
kid.
running back.
Would be a good football kid.
Cool.
Mac.
Well, you guys are awesome. We appreciate having on tonight.
All right. Sure, thank you.
So we're off next week because it's Memorial Day, and
National holiday in the game of lacrosse.
that's big in lacrosse, big for a lot of reasons, obviously. And we, again, the Friars, they will be on our BYG Lacrosse website. We're gonna launch the episode from tonight on there, and we really appreciate you guys coming on. Awesome job.
All right,
Yeah, we'll
thank
see you
you.
guys again soon. All right.